Once upon a time, deep in the sapphire blue waters of the Shimmering Sea, there lived a young mermaid named Liora. Her tail shimmered with pale gold and sea-green scales, and her hair drifted like seaweed in the gentle current. Liora had an insatiable curiosity for what lay above the waves. Every dawn, she would rise near the surface, watching the sun glinting on sails, wondering what life was like on land. One morning, as she floated just below the surface, she spotted a small craft caught in a fierce whirl of waves. On board was a boy named Kai, who clung to a broken mast and struggled beneath the storm's roar. With a courageous flick of her tail, Liora dived through the churning waters and reached Kai. "Hold my hand," she whispered underwater, her voice soft as the sea's sigh. She guided him to a patch of calm shallows, and there he awoke on a sandlit beach. He never saw Liora's tail vanish into the surf, but she watched from the edge of the world she longed to visit. Back in her home beneath the waves, Liora discovered that her kingdom was in gloom. The ancient coral palace of her father, King Thalasar, was losing its glow because the legendary coral crown, a radiant tiara of living reef that lit the sea with hope, had been stolen by a shadowy sea witch named Seraphine. Without the crown's light, the fish grew listless, sea flowers closed, and the gentle sea spirits whispered warnings of rising darkness. Liora knew she couldn't wait for someone else to solve this. She flung off her worry and set out toward the dank cavern where Seraphine hid, aided by her playful friend, a tiny spark sea dragon called Zephyr, who glowed like moonlight. They swam past shimmering jelly clouds, through gardens of purple anemones, past giant turtle watchers, until they came to the black rock cave. Seraphine's lair was guarded by enchanted sea urchins and swirling currents. Liora's golden tail caught the light of Zephyr's glow, and with cunning and heart, she dodged the traps. When she confronted Seraphine, the sea witch sneered, "You are just a curious little mermaid. How do you expect to challenge me?" Liora responded, "Curiosity gave me courage. Love for my home gives me strength." With that, she danced amidst the currents, Zephyr weaving light trails around them, forming a net of luminescence that trapped Seraphine's magic. The sea witch shrieked as the coral crown's light burst free and returned to Liora's grasp. Triumphant, Liora swam to the palace and placed the crown on her father's brow. The entire kingdom pulsed with color. Coral turned golden, fish darted in jubilant patterns, and the sea spirits danced in bubbles of joy. King Thalasar embraced his daughter, proud of her bravery and heart. But the story didn't end there. Liora thought of Kai on the shore and of the world she'd glimpsed above the surface. That night, she walked on land for the first time, her tail replaced with legs, guided by the moon's silver path. She found Kai in the quiet dawn, and though she couldn't speak the same way she did underwater, her eyes told him everything: wonder, hope, and friendship. Together, Liora and Kai returned to the sea to celebrate with new friends, human and merfolk alike, united by courage, curiosity, and the glowing magic of the coral crown. And from that day on, the shimmering sea and the sunlit shores lived in harmony, reminding all who listened that when you follow your heart and defend what you love, even the deepest darkness
must give way to light.